Well, hey guys, gold's up about $2 right now. It's up to 1375.30, and silver's just down 14 cents at 30.64. So they're mixed there. I just wanted to talk a little bit about an article I read this morning on Reuters that interviewed a guy called Zhao Ming. He works he's an executive at the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, and he was talking about China's insatiable appetite for gold bullion. He was saying that they've already sold 7 tons of physical gold in just January of this year, which they only sold 15 tons of physical gold in all of last year. So they've already halved what they bought last year. And he mentions on how the Chinese people are now becoming wealthy. They have excess cash on hand, and they're looking for a place for savings to put their savings, and so they're obviously turning to gold bullion. And he said that as the government right now is trying to cool off the real estate speculation, what they're doing is they're encouraging their own citizens to take their money instead and put it into physical bullion and other gold products. So every time it seems like every time we get a threat of a rate hike with China, you would think that an interest rate hike over there might have a downward pressure on gold, but it seems to spook their own population into saying, hey, the government sees inflation is getting higher and higher. We need to protect ourselves. We need to put our money into gold. So that's what I think is happening. I think that's why there's not a giant push downwards every time there's a rate hike. And he also said that the country's appetite for silver bullion is voracious, was his words, the word he used. And they sold about 13 tons of physical silver in January alone, compared with 33 tons in whole of 2010. So the demand for physical metal in China is going up and up. And China is really set to overtake India as the #1 gold consumer. They're already now a net importer of gold. Even though they're one of the biggest miners of gold, they're still importing great quantities of gold into the country. And it seems to me that back in the early 2000s, China really, their central bank started buying physical gold. And I wish Americans could get in their head that same thing, that I fear that one day our countries in the West are going to wake up and China's going to have all the gold, all the silver, all the copper, all the nickel. They already have almost a corner on the rare earth metals. So I mean, they are thinking long term. They are thinking about wealth and preserving it, and one day they're going to wake up with all the marbles. And I would love to see people, citizens of the West, just start taking their excess cash and saving it and putting it into metals, because we talked about copper yesterday. I mean, China's going to need copper, and they've been stockpiling it before going into the Lunar New Year, but they're still going to need copper for all the programs and their manufacturing that they do. So I would like to say, look, we have some copper, we start storing it, we start saving it, and then we sell it to the Chinese when the price goes up, and not until then. So I just think this whole situation with China and India and all these other Eastern countries, it just keeps putting the bull spin on the upcoming markets. I mean, there isn't a real, seems like a hunger for it here in the West. People are still selling their gold to gold buyers and all that, and I think we need to change our perspective and see that that's how you accumulate wealth, is by taking your savings and put it into something physical, into real assets. So that's my opinion, guys, and if you have a different opinion, you can leave a comment below.